Okay, so talking about scam in my country, well, as I told you, digital payments are also, something that government knows what you do with money. Okay, for example, if a restaurant receives money digitally, okay, if it's less than €5, they have to pay a tax, for example, and but government knows how much you won in that month. You have to pay a tax or something. So what do they do? They say people they don't accept MB weight. It's like a digital payment. They don't accept cards. They only accept live cash. Live cash is a way to get away with that. Okay, not joking. That's why in some stores they don't want people to pay with cards below €5. Okay, so that's illegal. They can't obligate people to pay in money. Okay, in those cases of under €5. Okay, so what happened? I got to like this fancy restaurant with my father. To He wanted to take because someone special was going to get a hard time after that. So it was a way of getting well rested and have a great time because we also played mini golf and all of Um, mm, that's a fancy restaurants. Whereas really fancy didn't have like digital payments, like no cards, no digital money. That's what they used to get away with taxes, because they wouldn't have so much money if they use it those methods. And yeah, what happened next? So the university that I was on, it they always saying, "Oh my God, we are like the one of the best in the world." They aren't. Okay, they're like in top 100 or more. I don't know. They think it's like Harvard or something, but it's okay having that illusion because it's not that great university. Okay. So for you to eat food, the only places that accept digital cards or digital money. It's the uh, machines, food machines, and because of that, it was also the cheaper one. I like a croissant was like the old meal I had got for a day. So if you wanted to go to the paper store, you had to bring real money. If you wanted to go to the library, you have to real money. To launch real money, and then, for example, we well, I already got a synergy kit from my uncle, but people there they didn't have that because they didn't have people in the fields before, so they had to buy it, right? They didn't have even you know digital payment. They only accept money, and that's a way of getting away with taxes in my country, and I don't know if that's what they do to run taxes because it's fucking sorry for the word. That's scummy because that means they earn a lot of money. They do buildings. They do all of that. But for people that need to study that don't have like me the financial resources to study, they just say, "Oh, well, you live with your grandma, right? Well, your grandma is sick. We don't care. Uh, all your money is going to your grandma because of treatments. Don't care. Will you now receive the scholarship that was really small? Okay, it was really small. It didn't cover even the transport. Yeah, my mom even got a little bit hard with this because I it was a lot of money that I wasted just in transport, food, and all of that. And yeah, I got in debt because of that. And they just like, "Oh my God, we're one of the best in the world." I don't know, no. But they do that to students. And they say like, oh, if you're out of money, you can work in the university. You know how much they pay you for example, a residence there is like 200 euro. Okay. Um, there are works here that don't accept students working. Okay, if you work, they're not going to give you like justifications for missing some classes. You're just gonna get, you know, stuck in that because you can pass, because you have a job, survive, because life is like that and they don't accept that. So if you work at university, in the end of the month you can work really much, many hours, not joking. And what you receive in the end, 200 euro, and you can't even afford food because you're that all of that money is going to get to your residence if you live in university, or that money is going to go to alimentation, or that money is going to go to transport, or it's going to be to the payments that you have to do monthly to the university. It's almost impossible. It's underpayment, you know. And they they're always like that. Ah, but with our dreams, we make everything to come true. Look, I'm not stupid. I'm not going to put in risk my mom and my grandma because of a paper that's going to say I'm biologist to ten don't have any job, and people still think that I'm stupid and something. Okay, I'm not going to do that. It's not chasing dreams. My dream is going was to be a marine biologist, but it was not to get on this system of education. Okay, people don't know this, they don't live here, but I guess if you're like a person that has some advantages financially, will not pass this stuff, because I think this is mostly for people that are of difficulties, and it that you're Portuguese, because if you're not Portuguese, I'm going to get an example. There's someone that was to the same university. Okay, he didn't get the same grade I did. I did bigger, even though without classes, because I studied really hard to get what I want. And as you see, it doesn't care. People don't care. Okay, what's happened? Because he is the family of. I'm gonna say it's the same context. Okay, my family came from Venezuela. Okay, but they're considered Portuguese. Some of them, even though they can get Venezuelan citizenship because of how many years they were there. For example, my mom is basically natural of that country, and we got like really, even though we have a nice home. Okay, it was hard work for my grandparents. Some parts are falling apart already. We That's true. You know, it's we don't have money to maintain it. Okay, it's we do it little by little. Um, and what happened? Imagine that, okay? We sometimes don't even have food for survive, and we have to be really careful with my grandma because the state doesn't help us a little bit, because stuff here to take care of people is really expensive, okay? And you may say, but if you got your grandma to like a third home, you know, those places that old people go. Do you know how much they charge in my country? 1000 plus euro, and they want the register of all of the stuff that the people had, like houses and terrains, because they will take part of that. Also, sometimes, not always. So you have, and the minimum wage in this country is like, gonna say to you, it's like 700s. You would be in debt also. Even my mom, if you had a job, even if I had a job, I can't have a job because people not gonna accept me without the driving lessons. The driving lessons, I will explain what hell happened. Okay, it's another mafia, basically. Um. Okay. Oh my god, my heart. Don't you worry. It's just. It is going to pass. This pain. Wait. This. Okay, it's better. Thank you. Wait, I need to do reference about Oiia cats. Wait, but I will be talking. Don't you worry. So I was talking about that. Okay, well, my family has those difficulties, but this guy got two scholarships. It was from the same country as my mom. He had way more family members. I guess he lived in a house, and to this day he still has a scholarship. He goes to wherever he wants. And I didn't get the same opportunity. Why? Why? But life, unfortunately, at least in this country, is like that. You know, they don't give chances to people that are difficult, that have difficulties. You see, I'm just seeing this here. I'm seeing. I'm seeing here a gift first. Well, I found a cube of a mad cat. Yeah, I don't know how to do this, but we'll do. Um, then what happened? It was basically like that. The the solar system here is like that. If you have money, you're okay. If you don't, you're screwed. But if you want to get a job, you have to get the license. But to get the license is a crazy nightmare because you have to expend many money because there's always an excuse to not pass you, or you have to go there with like a 200 euro envelope to subordinate to people because they're corrupt. You know, so it's almost without any help, it's almost impossible to get up here. Do you want to get a house? It's going to be really hard. Do you want to get like a rent? You can't because it's so expensive. It's impossible. For many people, it's impossible. Luckily, for me, I have a house. Okay, luckily, I have a house because if I didn't have, there was going to be so many problems, way more that we have. And here there's something probably you don't know, but if you have a house that it's yours, you have to pay a tax because of having a house. You know, it's crazy. Why can't I? For what? Why can't I? Where's the onion? Okay, I guess it's done. Let's see how it looks for you. Wait. Hello, sweetie. You're so cute. Look, I'm a little bit sick. Don't get scared of my voice, okay? Sorry. I just finished the animation right now. How are you doing? I got sick from my mom. That's what happened. Okay, my mom was sick. But the problem for me, if, I don't know, see if you like it. The animation is finished. I finished really now. Do you like it? I just got sick today. I was not yesterday. No. The problem is that for me, going sick. Oh, so good. Jesus, I hate being sick because I have those implants in my body. I don't know if you call it implant or not. Those machinery in my back.